Hey, welcome to Addicted to Gaming. I'm your host, YYC Deadpool. We're going to be checking one of those build. I call it the Black Widow build, and you will see why. So we're going to be starting on the bow. We're going to be using Zama 3. We're also going to be using that all the way around the ship, so from the side, even on the back. For the auxiliary, I'm going to be using the Fleo. I mean, you could be using the Leopold 3, but the Fleo has a putrefying perk, right? It's got the same thing as the Leopold 3 with the blast radius. The only thing it doesn't have compared to the Leopold 3 is the flooding. So, but putrefying will be, every time you're bracing, will be releasing that nauseous fumes, that poison to drain your enemy stamina. And that's going to be really good for when you're doing PvP, keep them from bracing. So on the armor, we're going to be using the Black Prince. Now the Black Prince, it has that perk where that Resolute perk, where it reduces the damage taken by 50% when your whole health is at 33%. So with that build, you don't have to be worried about being low on health. That's when it's going to be doing its best work. People are going to be frustrated. They're going to be like, I can't, they won't be able to get you down because you're going to be healing with the Black Prince, with one of the furniture. You're going to be healing back 1% every second. All right. So Black Prince, if you don't have it, maybe it's not going to be working if you don't have it. So you have to have the Black Prince. You can't put nothing else on there. The Black Prince is what's going to make that build the tank that it is. All right. So it's got, good explosive protection. So really good. For the furniture, we're going to be on the first slot. I guess the most important one, you can buy it from the black market. I don't think you can build it, but anyway, we're going to be using on the first slot the rigging station. I was looking for the name here. The rigging station recovers 1% of your health per second when you're below 30%. And then we're going to be using the Demi Cannon Furnace, which will increase your range by 10%, since you don't want to be always as close. So a little bit more range is going to be good for when the enemy is trying to run away. But with the Brigantine, you're going to be closing that gap pretty quick. All right. So the Demi Cannon Furnace is a really good piece of furniture that you can have. Demi Cannon Works 1, which will increase the elemental damage multiplier. And the Motor Works 1 as well for the multiplier for 19%. So you'll have 19% increased damage on both your cannons and your mortars. All right, and we're going to be using the gunpowder bench. Now I could have used the potence, gives you a 10% to weak points, but this one increases the damage to enemy ship with the ablaze effect. So every time you're going to be shooting with those Zama 3s, you're going to be causing some fire. You're going to cause the ablaze effect. So you want to have that on your side there. It's a really good piece of furniture, and you'll see during the battle, every time you're shooting on the ship, you'll be causing fire nonstop. So total, you're going to be getting a 90% from your cannon. You're going to get the 10% from the ablaze, which is a good combination with the Motor Works as well for a 19%. So we're going to be going and trying this build here in a second. You guys let me know what you think about the build and if there's anything that you guys would change. All right. I'm always open to new ideas. So with that said, let's go and look at the battle and see how it does. All right.